Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the medical school? I'm supposed to be giving a lecture in 20 minutes and my driver's a bit lost.
You go straight ahead and you make the left over the bridge.
That's a lovely accent you have. New Jersey?
Austria.
Austria? Well then, good eye, mate. Let's put another shrimp on the bobby.
Let's not. Dumb and Dumber, released in 1994, directed by the Farley brothers, who are actually making their film debut with this movie, and they're also behind films such as Kingpin, There's Something About Mary, Me, Myself, and Irene, and Dumb and Dumber 2, a movie which I own but I've never seen. This film, of course, stars the comedic genius of Jim Carrey, Jeff Daniels, and Lauren Holly. This movie review might just be me doing my best impersonation of every single line in this movie, but I'm going to try to refrain from doing that. Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels play Lloyd and Harry, who are two very dumb adults making their way in the real world. Until one day, Lloyd falls madly in love with one of his customers, Mary Samsonite, who leaves her briefcase behind at the airport. Lloyd quickly picks it up because he's a limo driver! And he and Harry decide to take a road trip to Aspen, California to return the briefcase to Mary. Little do they know that the briefcase was supposed to be picked up by two hitmen who are now hot on the trail of the two idiots. Talk about being in the wrong place at the wrong time. As you can probably tell, this is one of my favorite comedies ever. It's pure comedic genius. I mean, it's all low slapstick comedy, but still. And everyone was quoting this movie at random points in their day during the months and the years after its original release. And heck, they still do it. Hey guys, ooh, big gulps, huh? All right. Well, see you later. Those are a nice set of hooters you got there. I beg your pardon? The owls, they're beautiful. Kick his ass, Seabass! I mean, every line of this movie is classic. And it's constantly being played on cable television. If you haven't seen this, I'd be shocked. And if you actually have never seen this before, God, I envy you, because how amazing that would be to experience that movie again for the first time. It's endlessly rewatchable, but it's because the movie knows what it is, and it's in the title. This movie is dumb as shit. But you sit down and watch it because you know you're going to be in for a really fun time, because Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels are at their comedic best here. I mean, we have the witty, wacky, zany, erratic character from Jim Carrey's Lloyd, and he's perfectly countered by the more quiet-energied and more straight-witted character Harry played by Jeff Daniels. Their chemistry is just amazing. And it's a wonderful thing just to see them play off of each other. I would love to know how much of the movie was scripted and how much of it was, okay, Jim and Jeff, well, just get together and here's kind of the idea and just go. I'd have to assume that everything that took place inside the sheepdog van was that. I do know for a fact, though, that the moon landing line was improvised. Lloyd is leaving the bar, he sees the newspaper headline of, hey, we landed on the moon, and that just completely blows Lloyd's mind. We landed on the moon! It's one of the best. I absolutely love it. And of course, it makes sense. It's just little tiny moments like that that makes this movie an absolute wonderful experience. And I truly believe that Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels are the only two people in the world that could have played these two parts. I feel like if you would have gotten any other actor in there, this might have turned out to be Johnny Knoxville's The Ringer, where they probably would have played these characters more with special needs than what we got. But Lloyd and Harry aren't that. They're just two people that just don't get how the world works. We're born, we get a little older, and then we go to grade school. After grade school, we're told now that we're supposed to go to college, and then after college, we're supposed to get out into the workforce, get a job, and start contributing back to society. Or at least that's what's ingrained into our brains nowadays. But that is just a foreign concept to these two. Can't believe there's not a single job left in this entire town. Yeah, unless you want to work 40 hours a week. And they don't understand the certain conventions that have been established in certain social circles. They go to a black tie event in a blue and orange tuxedo. I would say that those two tuxedos are probably two of the most iconic tuxedos ever. You always get those two guys going to a high school homecoming dance or a prom
wanting to do those 2 tuxedos. I know you're thinking it. No, I did not. And they have weird social skills, like that line with the Hooters. And they don't know that it's socially acceptable to interrupt a woman while she's talking to say, hey, excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt you, but my leg is on fire. Would you mind if I go extinguish myself? But no, instead we get, for God's sakes, just give me the damn number! And they don't understand that you can't just take a briefcase full of money and use the money for yourself and replace it with IOUs thinking that that's gonna repay it. It doesn't get in here. But you know, in a way, they are perfect examples of trying to show the flaws in preordained destinies and conventions in certain social aspects. If societies always have the same idea of how people are supposed to act in these certain circles, they're gonna fail because people change over time, and if these societies don't change with them over time, they're gonna get left in the dust. Wow. That was really hard trying to pull something deep out of this movie. To be honest, I don't know how these two are living in their world without having to be locked up behind a jail cell or locked up in a padded room in a mental institution. Guys, this one is going to be short and sweet. In the end, Dumb and Dumber is obviously one of the greatest comedies of all time. Yes, there is a supporting cast here, but really the only reason why you sit down and watch this movie is to see the comedic genius of Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels play off of each other. The success and lovability of this movie is totally resting on both of their shoulders, and they're the perfect shoulders for that to happen to. If it were any other two actors, this movie would not have been the success that it was. Plus, a little personal story, I didn't actually see this movie all the way through until I was like 14 or 15. The first time my family rented this movie, I was probably like 6 or 7, and Mom absolutely hated this. She thought it was absolutely disgusting. And then when you get to the part where Jim Carrey is having that daydream and he lights his fart on fire, she got up, out of the chair, went to the VCR, and immediately shut it off and said, "We are not watching this anymore." Man. What a spoil sport. So, I don't know if y'all can tell, but I'm gonna give Dumb and Dumber 5 out of 5 Blu-rays. Alright everyone, now comes my favorite part in my videos where I randomly select which movie I'm watching next. Let's take a look. Rush! Rush, a Ron Howard picture. Couple years ago, I think? Heck, I wouldn't be surprised if it was longer. That happens to me all the time. Now, I've only seen this movie once. When I went into it for the first time, I was thinking, no, I don't really get it. It's a racing movie. I'm not a big race fan. But I do remember really loving this movie after watching it. I remember really liking Chris Hemsworth in the movie. Oh, and then the other guy. I can't remember him. Shoot. I really feel bad about that, but I am gonna learn it, and then we'll talk about it next time. So everyone, have you seen Dumb and Dumber? What did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, I am completely honored, and please comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And when you're done commenting, please like and subscribe to my channel so you know the next time I'm posting my next movie review. And everyone, don't forget that on Christmas Day this year, I'm gonna be releasing my ranking of the best superhero movies of 2017. So please join me on Christmas Day, December 25th. So everyone, I will see you next time with my review of Rush. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.